Most men lose respect not because they lack money, status, or looks, but because they keep doing small things with women that quietly kill attraction. And here's the brutal truth. Once you start doing these, you'll lose her interest without even knowing. But if you stop, everything about the way women see you will change. Welcome back to Behavior Insight. Here we uncover the raw psychology of women, relationships, and Stoic truths that give you the upper hand. If you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications, because today we're breaking down the 9 things smart men never do with women. Stick around till the end, and you'll never look at dating the same again. Let's begin. 1. Never over-explain yourself. Picture this. You didn't reply to her text for a few hours because you were busy at work. The next time you talk, she asks, "Why didn't you answer right away?" And suddenly, you're explaining like a lawyer in court. "Oh, I was at work. My phone died. I had a meeting. I didn't mean to ignore you." You go on, hoping she'll understand. But here's the catch. Over-explaining doesn't earn you respect, it bleeds it. Smart men don't justify every move. They don't feel the need to explain themselves as if their time belongs to someone else. They speak clearly, but briefly. A short, calm answer says more about confidence than a long list of excuses. Because the truth is, when you explain too much, what you're really saying is, "Please don't be upset with me. Please keep liking me." That reeks of insecurity. Think about it this way. If she respects you, you won't need to explain yourself. If she doesn't respect you, no explanation will fix it. The more you try, the more desperate you look. And desperation kills attraction faster than silence ever will. Stoicism teaches us not to waste energy on what we can't control. You can't control her thoughts, her assumptions, or her moods. But you can control your response. And the best response is calm conviction. Say what's necessary once, with confidence, and then move on. A man who doesn't scramble to explain himself communicates one thing: strength. He trusts his own decisions. He knows his time is valuable, and he's not afraid to let silence speak when words aren't needed. Remember this. Clarity builds trust, but mystery builds attraction. Over-explaining destroys both. 2. Don't chase. Here's a mistake almost every man has made. You meet a woman, she shows a little interest, and suddenly you're texting non-stop, double messaging when she doesn't reply, rearranging your plans just to see her. You think this shows effort, but to her, it screams weakness. There's a difference between pursuing and chasing. Pursuit is effort with dignity. It's calling her, setting up a date, showing genuine interest when she's showing it back. Chasing, on the other hand, is desperate motion without traction. It's when you invest more than she does, hoping she'll reward you with affection. And here's the truth. Women can smell chasing a mile away. They're wired to test men, not out of cruelty, but out of instinct. They want to see if you stay centered when they pull back. When she takes hours to reply, do you send another text right away? When she says she's busy, do you beg for another time? If yes, you're teaching her to value you less with every action. Stoicism reminds us that self-respect comes before everything else. A smart man never chases, because chasing flips the power dynamic. Instead, he leads. He puts in effort if the energy is mutual, but if she doesn't match his pace, he steps back, calmly, effortlessly, without anger. Because here's the brutal truth. If a woman wants you, she'll show up. If she doesn't, no amount of chasing will make her. 3. Don't overshare. Too soon, you meet her, the chemistry is strong, conversation is flowing, and before you know it, you're pouring out your soul, your past relationships, your childhood pain, your biggest fears. It feels deep in the moment, but in reality, It's too much too soon. Smart men understand intimacy is a slow dance, not a floodlight. When you reveal your whole story in the first week, you strip away the mystery. You think it will make her feel closer, but it actually creates pressure. Pressure for her to match your level of openness, pressure to carry your emotional weight, pressure to see you as more than just the guy she's getting to know. Attraction grows when curiosity grows. Let her wonder about you. Let her lean in to ask. Share pieces of yourself gradually, with intention. Don't throw your whole life on the table hoping she'll admire it. Instead, let her earn the right to know you. Stoicism teaches balance. Don't suppress everything, but don't unload it all at once either. Speak when the moment is right, when the connection is real, when the trust has been built. That way, your story becomes something valuable, not something you handed out like candy. The less you reveal up front, the more powerful your truth becomes when you finally do. 4. Never try to fix her. She's moody. She self-sabotages. She has drama with friends, with work, with family, and your instinct to be her savior, to step in, fix the chaos, and be the man who finally makes her whole. But here's the harsh reality. Women don't fall in love with their therapists. They fall in love with men who stand steady. When you try to fix her, you slip into the parent role. You stop being her man and start being her babysitter. That kills attraction instantly. She doesn't need you to solve her problems. She needs to feel your strength when her world feels shaky. Support her? Yes. Carry her chaos? No. Smart men know their limits. They offer empathy, but never take responsibility for what isn't theirs. They stand firm in their frame. If she wants to heal, she will, on her own terms, not because you forced her path. Stoicism reminds us we cannot save people from themselves. Each person must walk their own road. So let her. Be present, but don't drown in her storms. Because here's the truth. Being stoic isn't being cold. It's being clear about what's yours to carry and what's not. 5. Don't abandon your purpose. Here's how it usually starts. You meet a woman, the attraction is strong, she laughs at your jokes, and suddenly she's in your head more than your mission is. The gym sessions you never skipped, you start skipping. The business goals you were grinding on, they slow down. Even the hobbies that used to light you up get pushed aside. Before you realize it, your entire life bends around her. And while she might enjoy that attention at first, deep down, she starts losing respect for you. Why? Because women admire men who have a purpose, not men who abandon it. Your mission, whether it's your career, your craft, or your growth, is the foundation of your masculine energy. It's what makes you magnetic in the first place. The irony is, when you start neglecting it for her, you slowly chip away at the very thing that attracted her. She didn't fall for a man who sat around waiting for texts. She fell for a man who had his own life, his own vision, and his own fire. When that fire goes out, so does her desire. Stoic philosophy teaches that we must live in harmony with our highest calling. For Marcus Aurelius, that meant duty to Rome. For you, it might mean building a business, writing a book, perfecting your craft, or simply becoming the best version of yourself. Whatever it is, it should never be put on pause for a relationship. A woman should fit into your mission, not replace it. Think of purpose like oxygen. Without it, you suffocate, not just as a man, but as a partner, because when your whole life revolves around her, she becomes responsible for your happiness. That's a burden no one wants to carry. And here's the kicker. She might not even leave you right away. She might stay. But the attraction will slowly die, replaced with irritation. And one day, you'll hear the words no man wants to hear. You've changed. So here's the rule. Don't abandon your path. If she truly cares, she'll encourage it. If she discourages it, you're with the wrong woman. And if you give it up willingly, then you're betraying yourself. The man who lives for his mission, who lets his actions show discipline and consistency, will always hold more weight than the man who abandons it for love. Stay true to what drives you. Because when you make her the center of your life, you lose her. But when you make your purpose the center, you gain both her respect and her desire. 6. Don't compete for her attention. Imagine this. You're at a party with her. She's chatting with another guy, laughing, leaning in. Your chest tightens, your ego flares, and suddenly you're louder. You're cracking jokes, raising your voice, trying to steal her attention back. And for a moment, maybe you succeed. But the truth is you already lost. Because the second you compete for her attention, you admit without words that you don't see yourself as enough. Smart men never compete for attention. Why? Because a man of value doesn't need to prove it in a contest. He knows his presence speaks louder than performance. He's calm when she laughs with someone else. He's steady when her eyes drift for a moment. He doesn't flinch. And it's precisely that unshakable calm that makes him unforgettable. When you compete, you communicate insecurity. You show her you see her attention as a prize and yourself as just another contestant. But when you remain grounded, you send a different message, that your worth isn't dependent on anyone's validation, that you are the center of your own frame, and she is free to orbit around it if she chooses. Stoicism is about self-mastery, about not being ruled by external events. And this is where it shows up most. A man ruled by jealousy is a man without control. But a man who stays unbothered, who smiles while she talks to someone else, radiates strength, because real strength doesn't compete, it commands. So next time you feel the urge to outshine, don't. Stay calm, stay still. Let her see that while every other man scrambles for her attention, you are the one man who doesn't need to, and that difference alone will set you apart. 7. Never make her the source of your happiness. Here's a harsh truth. If she's the reason you smile, she'll also be the reason you cry. Too many men build their emotional world around a woman. She becomes their joy, their peace, their reason for waking up. And then when she pulls away, the whole world collapses. That's not love. That's dependency. Smart men never make a woman the source of their happiness. They create it from within. They build it through discipline, solitude, friendships, purpose, and mastery. They know that true attraction doesn't come from being glued to her, but from being whole without her. Think about it. Neediness repels, wholeness attracts. When you depend on her mood, her validation, her presence, you smother her. You suffocate the relationship. But when you find joy in yourself, in your growth, your purpose, your life, you become magnetic. She doesn't have to carry the weight of your happiness, and that freedom makes her want to be around you even more. Stoicism teaches us to control our inner state, no matter what happens outside. Your peace is yours, your happiness is yours, and the more you own that, the less you fear losing her. Because here's the paradox. The less you depend on her, the more she wants to be around you. So ask yourself this: if she left today, would I still be okay? If the answer is no, you've given her too much power. Fix that first. Because a woman is meant to add to your happiness, not become it. 8. Don't react emotionally to her tests. Every man faces this. She pulls back. She flirts with another guy. She questions your ambition, your masculinity, your choices. And you snap. You get defensive. You argue. Or worse, you doubt yourself. That's how most men fail. Because here's the secret. These are tests. Not always conscious, but tests nonetheless. She wants to know, can you handle her storm? Can you stay steady when she pushes? Smart men don't take the bait. They don't react emotionally. They observe, they breathe, they respond only when necessary and always with control. When she teases you, laugh. When she pushes, stay calm. When she tries to shake your frame, stand firm. This doesn't mean being cold, it means being centered. A woman's emotions are like waves, sometimes calm, sometimes crashing. But a mountain doesn't move because the waves hit harder. It stands. And the man who embodies that, that's the man she trusts, the man she respects, the man she can't let go of. Stoicism is about inner stillness, about not letting external chaos dictate your peace. So when her tests come, and they will, remember this. She's not trying to destroy you. She's trying to feel your strength. Don't give her panic. Give her presence. 9. Never apologize for your standards. You want loyalty. You want peace. You want a woman who supports you, not one who drags you into chaos. And yet, the world will tell you you're asking for too much. Some women will shame you, saying real men accept everything. That's a lie. Real men don't apologize for having standards. A man with no standards is a man who accepts anything. And when you accept anything, you'll end up with misery. Smart men know exactly what they will and won't allow in their lives. They don't demand perfection, but they demand alignment. If she doesn't bring peace, respect, and value, she doesn't belong in your life. Here's the key. You don't argue about your standards. You don't shout. You don't beg her to meet them. You hold the line calmly. If she meets them, good. If not, you walk away with dignity, without resentment. That calm strength speaks louder than any speech. Stoicism is about protecting your inner world. Your standards are the walls of that fortress. Without them, anyone can walk in and wreck the place. With them, only those who respect your peace get access. So never apologize for wanting better. Never lower your bar because someone calls you insecure. A man who holds his standards high without fear of judgment is a man who never loses himself. And that, above all, is the mark of a smart man. So there you have it. 9 things smart men should never do with women. Not because women are bad, but because your peace, your purpose, and your standards come first. Remember, respect isn't demanded. It's commanded through your actions, your silence, and your frame. If this message hit home, drop a comment saying, "I choose discipline." Make sure to like this video, subscribe to Behavior Insight, and share it with a brother who needs to hear this today. Your strength isn't built in a day. It's built in the choices you make daily. Hold the line, stay grounded, and watch how women respond.